And a guard, junior from Statesville, North Carolina, number 20, Brian Johnson. Assistant coach of the Lions, Lisa Lee. The head coach of Mars Hill, Jimmy Kimura.
Instrument will step center circle and throw them into the air. Casey Johnson will win the opening tip, and we're underway with officials Lynn Testerman, Gary Roberts, and Gabrielle Mortis. We are underway from Pioneer Arena. Bryant State and courtside. Game station engineer is Jeff Moore. Right side front court will be Mia Long, Casey Johnson. Left side Cupidon. Inside to Martoria Patton. Put it up, banked it in. 2-0 Tusculum. Mars Hill playing with 7 players tonight, but basically 6 healthy players, as Sheena Johnson will try to give it a go. She has only played 1 game in the last 9. Inside-outside game, Giannikos from the foul line will swing it over to Grubbs, the freshman, watched by Casey Johnson. Pokrovskaya put it up off the glass and put it in. Tied at 2. 9:10 to play here in this opening half. Tusculum quickly into the front court. Swing it left side to Cupidon. Cupidon back out to the top to Johnson. Now Mia Long. Dribble penetration on the zone, off the glass and in. Mia Long with her first 2 tonight. From the top, a steal for the Pioneers. Mia Long into the paint. This will be Casey Johnson. 3 ball on the way is in and out, no good. Rebounded by Sierra Hampton. 4-2 Tusculum. 2 possessions there, but they cash in on just 1. At the top, this will be Giannikos driving on Wilson to the baseline right side. Picks up the dribble, needs some help, and will find Johnson. Johnson puts it into the paint, puts it in overdrive. Her shot side of the rim, no good. Rebound taken away by KJ. Tusculum basketball into the front court. This is going to be Mia Long. Long, Johnson, Wilson. 3 is in and out, no good. Rebounded by Pokrovskaya. 4-2 Tusculum. Johnson. Again, Tusculum will come with the pace. They're going to try to wear down Mars Hill, but you would assume they played with 7 or 8 here this calendar year, and that has not bothered them, obviously, that much, although they haven't been able to win. This will be Johnson who will tie the game from 15 feet away. Wilson, left wing. Johnson at the top. Right side is Long. Baseline is Cupidon. She'll get into the paint and drive it, miss it, and the rebound by Johnson. Ran into Sierra Hampton, and no call. Giannikos into the front court for Mars Hill. We're tied at 4. Left side front court, Giannikos. And a blocking foul is going to be called against Sydney Wilson. And the exact same thing happened right down there on that end, and nothing happened. You got to be kidding me. Wilson's going to pick up her first. Team foul number 1. Giannikos on the inbound. Throws it back out to the top of the key, Mariah Johnson. Johnson on the left wing. Skip it, left side, Pokrovskaya. In trouble as she picks up the dribble. Bouncing it to Hampton, gets away from Patton, puts it up and in, and Mars Hill leads. 6-4, Mars Hill. Tusculum will force tempo into the front court. Mia Long, and we'll get a hand check as Pokrovskaya just basically reaching out and grabbing her. That'll be her first. Team foul number 1 as well. Wilson to inbound. Right side, Mia Long. Back to Wilson. Takes the three. No. Long rebound, Pokrovskaya. Mars Hill basketball into the front court. Mariah Johnson. Mars Hill leads 6-4. She'll take it right to the rim. This one's no good. Casey Johnson grabs the rebound for Tusculum. Mia Long will force tempo. Has Cupid on into the front court. Can she save it? She cannot. The Pioneers will turn it over. I said it in our pregame chat with Coach Carter. Do you worry about being a bit rusty? He says, yeah, a little bit. Our shooting, I think, will struggle, but as long as we have intensity. Tusculum is still not 100% healthy, playing without Jayla Arnwine and Jasmine Williams tonight because they have not been cleared after the flu. Kendrea Duke has basically just been cleared. Inside, this is going to be Hampton missing inside close, and the ball's picked up by Grubbs, and then it's deflected out of play by Wilson. Tusculum got a little loss in the communication defensively there, and all of a sudden Wilson was playing the 5, and Hampton was wide open underneath. Mars Hill will inbound, leading 6-4, 6.5 to play in this opening quarter. Long watching Johnson, and a whistle for a 3-second lane violation on Mars Hill. So Tusculum forcing the turnover will have the basketball. They've started 2 for 6 from the field, missed a couple of three-pointers. As a matter of fact, 0 for 3 from 3. Cupid on. Baseline is Wilson. Swings it inside to Patton on Hampton. Spinning, shooting, missing, and the rebound is loose. It's still on the floor. Patton goes to the floor to pick it up, and it'll be tied up. It's Mars Hill basketball. Devin Carter, if you paid attention as well, that conversation talked about how they're going to have to pick it up offensively because he knows he's going to have to score 75, 80 points down the stretch here in February with who they've got left. Carson Newman, Wingate, Newberry, Lenore Ryan, Anderson, all on the schedule here to finish out the season. Oh, and by the way, a long road trip to Coker Saturday. Into the contest will be Jewel Walston, and a 3-ball by Grubbs is up and good. Mars Hill's off to a good start. They lead at 9-4. Mia Long into the front court. Left wing 3 by Wilson. This one's off the side of the rim. It's no good. Grubbs comes up with the rebound for Mars Hill. 9-4 Lions. Johnson into the front court. On the left wing. Backs it out. Grubbs. She'll try another 3. This one is no good. Rebounded by Patton for Tusculum. Into the hands of Mia Long. Long forcing it into the front court. Wilson fakes the 3. Back to Long. Johnson posting up this time on Johnson. Shoots left-handed. No good. Gets her own miss. Put it up off the glass. It stays in this time. Ending the drought. 7-0 run by Mars Hill as they led it 9-4. In the backcourt, Mars Hill struggling. Pokrovskaya somehow dribbles out of pressure. And she can shoot the 3. We'll take it wide open. It's no good, and a long rebound comes right to Casey Johnson, even though Walston was right underneath the bucket. Tusculum with numbers the other way. 3-ball by Wilson is good. And a timeout is going to be quickly asked for by Mars Hill as Jennifer Norris has seen her team not get back defensively. Walston just unable, I think, physically to get back there. 4:53 to play. That takes us to a timeout on the floor. We'll take the break and return in 1 minute. It's Tusculum 9, Mars Hill 9. Pioneer basketball continues after this on the Pioneer Sports Network. The Tusculum experience is 20 sports, one team, striving for excellence. The Tusculum experience offers state-of-the-art facilities for practice and game days. If you seek a championship atmosphere, the Tusculum experience is for you. Visit online from TusculumPioneers.com. Call 423-636-7300 to discover the Pioneer experience for yourself.
Sports Network, your home for Tusculum College sports. Once again, the voice of the Pioneers, Ryan Staten.
Kendrea Duke has made her appearance known right away with a turnaround jumper, knocking a defender to the floor and earning a jump ball, which will give Tusculum the ball after they forced a turnover right out of the timeout. Welcome back, right? So before that timeout, Tusculum was 4 of 11. They're on a 5-0 run, including a 3 by Sydney Wilson. They're 1 of 5 from 3. Mars Hill, 4 of 9 from the field. And that timeout was called by Jenny Fenora. Callie Patterson will try 3 and hit it off the dribble. She's been a bit lame with a foot injury and has really struggled to get back into the lineup. It's 12-9 Tusculum on an 8-0 run. Into the front court with the basketball. This will be Pokrovskaya. Mars Hill down 3 after they led 9-4. Pokrovskaya tries to go baseline. Wilson denying that. And now out to Grubbs. Tusculum playing a lot more aggressive defensively here. Giannikos, baseline. Locklear defends her. Pass back out to the top, and the shot clock violation. Nice job defensively by the Pioneers, as Giannikos wasn't aware of the shot clock situation. Tusculum will earn another possession after a turnover, the 4th by Mars Hill. Patterson will take it across the stripe for the Pioneers. Patton being attended to, see, by the training staff. Patterson a 3. Short. Duke with the rebound. Is tied up. Oh, actually, she's fouled. She's just such a massive presence inside, and against Walston, it's going to have a problem here tonight. Personal foul on Mariah Johnson for a reach, her first, team second. So Hampton will come in for Walston. And Tusculum with the advantage in the paint, no question. On the inbound, Tusculum's Wilson will lob it to Duke on Hampton and miss the shot in short. Rebound taken away by Mars Hill's Grubbs. She'll take it across the stripe. The Hampton product gives it up to Mariah Johnson. Johnson back near the midcourt stripe. Driving on a double team is rejected by Wilson, out of play. Good defense by Sydney Wilson. That was just a blocking foul on her about 4 possessions ago. It's good to see that play go. On the inbound, Mars Hill and Pokrovskaya. Did it touch her? It did. Deflects off of her, out of play. Tusculum basketball, the 5th turnover by Mars Hill. Tusculum leading 12-9. They're hitting just 5 of 15, 33% on the season. Shooting a little bit better than that, 41% on the year. Wilson a 3. It's in and out, no good. Duke goes over the top and creates the foul. Hampton excited about that. So Duke will pick up her first foul, and that'll be team foul number 2. Tusculum settling for the outside shot, just 2 of 8 from 3 right now. Against this 2-3 zone, that's what's been given to them, but I think they'll have to work inside the paint a little bit more. Mia Long out of the game right now with Patterson, who's hit a 3 right as she entered the game. Tusculum currently with that 3 that she hit out of the timeout on an 8-0 run. And now Patterson, the aforementioned Patterson, is going to pick up a foul at the midcourt stripe, defending on Mariah Johnson. 2:56 to play in the first quarter. Tusculum, who played Mars Hill to turn the calendar year on the road, that Wednesday, the 3rd, I believe it was. As Johnson is rejected, it leads to a break for Sydney Wilson, right behind Lynn Testerman, the referee. Patterson, extra pass to Locklear, is wide open for a 3. It's no good. A long rebound comes right to Mariah Johnson. So another 3 ball, 2 of 9 for the Pioneers in the game. Grubbs right down the lane, missed it. Hampton grabs the rebound, kicks it back out to Giannikos. Here's Hampton from the right elbow, and she's going to travel. Tusculum struggling offensively. You could call it rust. 11 days off, and only practiced about 4 of those 11 because they only had they only had 4 healthy bodies, and were just unable to go. Across the stripe with it is going to be Mia Long back into the game. Duke and Patton on the floor at the same time. And we're going to get a reach as we're pounding the paint with Martoria Patton. Personal foul will go against Alexis Grubbs, will be her first, team foul number 3. And seeing the floor will be Sheena Johnson. She did not play the last time against Tusculum, the King University transfer. As a matter of fact, she's only played one time in the last 9 games, but she is instant offense, averaging 12.2 points on the year. Locklear, Mia Long. They're trying to go inside. Wilson, though, will take a 3. That one's good. Sydney Wilson makes it a 15-9 Tusculum lead. And they're on an 11-0 run. Giannikos into the front court, double team. They pass out of that to Grubbs. Now Johnson. Sheena Johnson in the corner, right side to Pokrovskaya. Back to Johnson. You can tell she's a little bit lame with the leg. She'll fire a 3, and I talked about instant offense, not afraid to shoot it. Tusculum gathers the loose ball, and it'll be Mia Long into the front court. Extra pass to Wilson for a 3. Bang! Sydney Wilson. Offense warming up. Tusculum on a 14-0 run. Johnson into the front court for Mars Hill. Right side, Giannikos. In the corner, Pokrovskaya. She'll go baseline on Locklear, who almost forces her out of play, and Locklear will pick up her first. Team foul number 4, non-shooting foul. Into the contest for Tusculum will come Maddie Sutton and Yolisma Cupidon. Back into the game for Mars Hill is Mariah Johnson. And we're going to get an illegal screen on Mars Hill. And it'll go on Pokrovskaya. That'll be her second, team's 4th. As Giannikos tried to throw it off the back of Mia Long and score a cheap one that way. The offensive foul was called. It turns the ball over. Tusculum with it again. Into the front court, Mia Long. Tusculum on an 11, make that a 14-0 run. Baseline is Cupidon. They've used the 3 ball here in the run. They try to go inside to Patton and draw yet another foul inside. They're doubling up on the 5 position. The foul will go on Sierra Hampton, which will be her first, and now we're shooting 2. It'll be Patton going to the free throw line. Patton, 11th in the league in rebounding per game at 6.7 a game. Second in offensive boards a game, had about 3.5. Goes to the free throw line, shooting 74% at the stripe this year. Has recorded at least 5 rebounds in each of her first 14 games, reaching double figures 4 times. Of course, she's played more than 14 games. Second one is good as well. Tusculum leads 20-9 on a 16-0 run. Into the front court, double team. Giannikos is underneath the bucket, but she's immediately double teamed and in trouble. Walston, and a 3-second lane violation on Giannikos as she couldn't get out of there. 8th turnover on Mars Hill in the quarter. They're 4 of 13. They've been stuck on 9 points after they went on a 7-0 run. Tusculum answered to go on a 5-0 run to tie it at 9, and that prompted a timeout by Mars Hill, and they haven't scored. And now we're going on 5 minutes. 30 seconds to play in the quarter. Sutton, Locklear, Long. Actually, it's Sutton in the corner to Cupidon. She'll penetrate. Shot over Walston is in and out, no good. Walston with the rebound. 20-9 Tusculum. Mariah Johnson in the backcourt, across the line. Watched by Mia Long. One of the top thieves in the conference. 10 seconds. Johnson with 4 seconds. 3 seconds. Giannikos at the buzzer. If it goes, it will not, and we played a quarter. At the end of 1, it's Tusculum 20, Mars Hill 9. Pioneer basketball continues after this on the Pioneer Sports Network.
Tusculum College is Tennessee's first college. Established in 1794, Tusculum's beautiful campus is nestled in the foothills of the Great Smoky Mountains, where students from all around the world have found a home. Tusculum can help you pioneer your path to success. Visit online for more information at tusculum.edu or call 423-636-7300 and discover the Pioneer experience for yourself.
Once again, the voice of the Pioneers, Ryan State.
20-9 our score. Tusculum with the lead. They're 7 of 20 from the field, 4 of 11 from 3. No one shooting it lights out. Mars Hill's 4 of 14. They haven't scored in about 5.5 minutes. Tusculum being out-rebounded by Mars Hill, surprisingly, 13-10. Mars Hill's going to turn it over, though, for the 9th time on the first possession of the second quarter. Leading the way for the Pioneers is Sydney Wilson. She has 9 points, 4 points for Martoria Patton, 2 points, 5 boards for Casey Johnson, 3 points for Alexis Grubb with 3 rebounds, 2 points, 4 boards for Sierra Hampton. Tusculum basketball, Mia Long into the front court, Yolisma Cupidon. Left side, back to the top on the dribble penetration. Long outside to Johnson. Johnson puts it on into the paint. Her shot off the back iron, no good. Rebound taken by Walston. Walston to Mariah Johnson, who will bring it into the front court on the dribble. Tusculum leading 20-9 on a 16-0 run. Johnson, Long stays in front of her. Tries to drive, and Johnson's going to lose it out of play off her knee. Turnover on Mars Hill. Sierra Hampton will come in for Sheena Johnson. No relation to Mariah Johnson. On the inbound, it's going to be Long. We'll take it across the stripe. Johnson for Tusculum. No relation to the previous Johnsons mentioned by Mars Hill. Wilson picks up a loose ball as Yolisma Cupidon kind of dribbled it off her shoe. Long at the top, Cupidon. They're trying to go inside to Patton. Back out to Johnson. She'll try a 3 on the right wing. This one's no good. There's Mia Long rebounding in the paint. She'll take it back out and reset it. Tusculum, who has been out-rebounded in that first quarter, 13-10, getting an offensive rebound. Here's Johnson from the foul line. Out to Mia Long. Will not take the 3. Wilson will take a 3. It's good. Sydney Wilson. And that's 19-0 the run for Tusculum. Mariah Johnson on the right side. She'll try a 3. That one's too strong, and the rebound goes out of play. It'll stay Mars Hill ball, even though it was last touched by Giannikos. The official was obstructed as it went off her shoe top out of play. Giannikos on the inbound. Travels. Travels again. And a whistle for a foul on Cupidon. Cupidon will pick up her first. Team foul number 1. Giannikos travels again. Travels again. Travels again. And a 5-second count. Turns it over. 11th turnover for Mars Hill. Tusculum's Mia Long forces tempo into the front court. Right down Broadway. Off the glass and in. Right around Walston. And put it right through for 2. 25-9, Tusculum. It's a 21-0 run. Right side, Giannikos spins. Walston on the baseline, drives into the paint, spins, and it will be blocked out of bounds by Martoria Patton. Other scores, end of 1. Newberry leads Coker 24-14. LMU leads Anderson 17-14. Lenoir-Rhyne leads Catawba 15-13. And Wingate leads Queens 15-8. Giannikos on the inbound. Hampton. Giannikos will take a 19-footer. No. The drought continues for Mars Hill. Into the front court. This is going to be Mia Long. Baseline. Cupidon 3. No. Patton with the rebound. No. Rebound tipped out of bounds off Mars Hill to be Pioneer ball. Well, they've had a couple of looks at it, but it just would not go down. Wilson will inbound for Tusculum. Left side, Sydney Wilson. To the top on the dribble. Backs it out, dribbles off her shin. Right side is Long. Long. Off the glass, no. Cupidon follows at the line for 2. Tusculum attacking the glass now, and the foul goes on Sierra Hampton. That's going to be her second, and the team's first of the second quarter. Sierra Hampton was the last player to score for Mars Hill to make it was not the last person to score. Was the last person to score a 2-pointer, that's for sure. Alexis Grubb scored at the 6:02 mark. She'll come back into the game right now. Scored at the 6:02 mark to make it a 9-4 game. Talking about almost a quarter without scoring for Mars Hill. Cupidon missed them both. Mia Long, rebound, and in. $23-0 the run. Tusculum. Giannikos doubled in the backcourt. Wilson giving chase with Johnson. Lobs it into the front court. Pokrovskaya. Under 7 to play. Pokrovskaya airballs this one. Long saves it before it goes out of play. Quickly into the front court. Mia Long, Wilson, KJ, right baseline. This will be Cupidon, and Cupidon will back it out against this 2-3 zone. Wilson will take a three. This line drive won't go down, and the rebound, Pokrovskaya. Mars Hill is approaching 1 quarter without a point. Pokrovskaya into the front court to Giannikos. Giannikos, pull up off the dribble is good. It ends the drought. .620 from 6:23 in the second. And they scored, and they're going to get Johnson here with the traveling violation. 4 new ones into the game for the Pioneers. Locklear, Patterson, Duke, and Sutton into the game for Tusculum. Mars Hill down 27-11. Tusculum went on a 23-0 run. Grubbs, 3-ball off the dribble straight away, is rushed and out of play, no good. Alexis Grubbs, again the freshman out of Hampton, had 13 against Tusculum the first time they played. Has a 3 so far. Tusculum basketball, 11 turnovers by Mars Hill. They're 5 of 19 from the field. Tusculum just shooting 37% at this point. Duke in the paint, spins on a double team, draws a foul. Point blank just can't get that one to fall. Since the LMU game, Duke struggling just putting the ball up and in. And a whistle for Hampton is her 3rd foul. Locklear on the inbound. Left side, this is going to be Patterson. Patterson to the top, into the hands of Sutton. Locklear, baseline Cupidon. Into the paint is Duke. Double team. Passes out of it. Sutton, extra pass. Locklear, a 3. Back iron, no. Rebounded Sutton, and they're going to tie it up, and the Pioneers are going to have possession. Boy, Sutton won that one really quick. But rebounding starting to sway into Tusculum's way now. Just a bit. Mars Hill still outboarding him. They've given a warning to somebody, but I'm not sure who it is. Who? On the inbound, Tusculum, Duke, Sutton on the baseline. Back to the top, Locklear. Dribble penetration on Hampton, missed it. Duke got the rebound and banked it in. Kendrea Duke with her first 2. They gave a warning to Maddie Sutton. I guess she didn't give up the ball fast enough, so she has a warning. 29-11, Tusculum with the lead. Grubbs into the front court. Giannikos into the paint. Rejected by Duke. Sutton with the loose ball. Patterson forces tempo. Spotting Locklear on the left wing. Into the paint. Floater, no. Rebounded by Cupidon. Yes! Yolisma Cupidon. At the top is Grubbs. Tusculum all over the place. Pokrovskaya for 3 is no good. Rebounded, taken away by Locklear for Tusculum. Penetrates. Kicks it out. Cupidon. Patterson. Sutton. Left wing 3. Bang! (34-11) Tusculum. Double team trap comes. Pokrovskaya got away with an illegal dribble. Finds Hampton. She'll take an 18-footer off the dribble, and that's good. Sierra Hampton. Under 4 minutes to play, first half. Tusculum leads 34-13. Sutton. Locklear. Inside Duke. Off the glass is good. Kendrea Duke. Hampton kind of had to give away playing with 3 fouls. 36-13 Tusculum. Grubbs into the front court. Giannikos in the corner. Sheena Johnson picks up the dribble. In trouble. Hampton open from 16 feet. Short. Rebound tipped out. Duke battles for it for the Pioneers. Across the stripe, this is going to be Patterson. Patterson, Sutton, Patterson. Duke in the paint. Around Hampton off the glass, yes. 38-13. Kendrea Duke scores again. Double team again into the front court. Giannico steps through it. Pokrovskaya takes this one off the dribble, is short, and the rebound Locklear. Locklear is 3-on-2. Cupidon. Patterson. And a foul as Patterson will go to the line when we return after this. Back in 1 minute to Pioneer Arena. 2:53 to play first half. Tusculum 38, Mars Hill 13. Pioneer basketball continues after this on the Pioneer Sports Network.
Family.
Food's here!
What's it mean to you?
We got lunch.
To us, it means the people you care about, look out for, and yeah, love. Even if you'd never let them hear you say it.
Hey, you're eating hummus?
What's wrong with hummus?
Here at Ingalls, we have everything you need to gather around the table and give each other a hard time. Because that's what families do. Ingalls. All the ingredients for family.
With the voice of the Pioneers, Brian Staten.
Tusculum leading at 38-13, 2:53 to play here in this first half. 12 points for Sydney Wilson to lead the way. She's made all 12 of her points from beyond the arc, 4 of them. 2 points, 5 boards for Casey Johnson. 6 points for Kendrea Duke off the bench with 5 rebounds in her 7 minutes of play. She's 3 of 5 from the field. Tusculum 15 of 35, 43%. Mars Hill 6 of 25, 24%. Patterson makes 2 free throws, will exit the game for Mia Long, as Tusculum has their largest lead of 27 points. Mariah Johnson and a touch foul on Mia Long. That'll be her first. And the team's third of this second quarter, non-shooting foul. Mariah Johnson with it. Across the stripe. Grubbs. Still with it on the dribble. And is stolen by Locklear. Just the third steal of the game for Tusculum. Mia Long, Maddie Sutton. Locklear, Long, Sutton. Bang. Maddie Sutton from downtown. 2 threes in the game, and Tusculum knocks the ball away and out of play, and it will be Pioneer ball. They force the turnover. Sutton all smiles as she comes off. Martoria Patton back in. Tusculum inbound. They weren't really sure they had the ball. They do. And it's a turnover by Tusculum. Leads to Giannikos on a sprint out. Has Cupidon to beat, cannot, but Cupidon will commit the foul. And Giannikos will go to the free throw line. Cupidon with her second. Team's fourth on Tusculum. 2:06 left in the half, coming up at halftime. Conversation with Pioneer coach Nick Pasqua. So Giannikos at 7.7 points a game on the year, 63% from the free throw line, missing on the first. Her best game early this year, 21 against Warren Wilson. I say early. That was December 5th. Mars Hill has not won since November 11th on this floor when they beat Converse 66-60. Giannikos makes the second. And in that, it's kind of been an exodus for Mars Hill. They've had some injuries and then some people who have not played quite a while. Brought 7 tonight. Long. Oh, I missed Patton. Locklear at 3. No. And the rebound to Mars Hill. Tusculum rebounds way up after they trailed at the end of the first quarter 13-10. Steal by Mia Long. That's a good take. She'll take it right to the rim and in. Tusculum leads 45-14. Long pass into the front court. Giannikos spins down the lane. Looks inside for Walston. It's good. And a whistle for, I suppose, an infraction on Tusculum. It's a turnover. Tusculum had just 2 turnovers. Now they have 4, almost back-to-back, which has led to 3 points for Mars Hill. They trail 45-16. A minute 15 to the half. Pokrovskaya, watched by Mia Long. I don't know what the foul was, but it's on Mia Long for something. Her second. Team's 4th. Pokrovskaya will check into the game, or inbound the basketball. Mariah Johnson with it. Mariah Johnson, nearly stolen. And KJ's going to come up with a foul and send Mariah Johnson to the free throw line. KJ picks up her first. Team foul number 5. So Mariah Johnson to the free throw line. Makes the first. Johnson, 91% on the year from the line. Makes them both. Maddie Sutton in. Tusculum is not going to get to the mark of 56. It's a pretty impressive mark. They scored 56 in the opening half against Mars Hill back on January 3rd. That's the most points they've had in a half this year. Left side front court. Baseline is Patton. 40 seconds. Sutton for 3. Missed that one. Walston with the rebound. Johnson into the front court on the drive. Inside outside to Giannikos at 3. No good. Rebounded. Walston had it and took 2 players down with her, and Patton along with Wilson. And I think it's a foul on Wilson. Wilson will pick up her second. Walston will go to the free throw line, shoot free throws. 58% on the year for Walston. 20 of 34 at the stripe. And the free throw is good. Second free throw is also good by Walston. 45-20, Tusculum. 20 seconds to play in the half. Patterson looks back at Coach Carter. And Tusculum's going to burn a timeout. Put Casey Johnson back into the game as well for this timeout. Coming up at halftime, a chat with Pioneer coach Nick Pasqua. It is National Signing Day, all those fall sports, signing all their players. Think of soccer and football. Jerry Odom was excited about his National Signing Day, getting a lot of the players they had targeted on their big board. We'll have a special Signing Day video. Tomorrow will be available online through TusculumPioneers.com. You can check that out. And still hopeful for a few others to come in. Johnson will inbound for the Pioneers. And will lob it to Patterson. Shot clock is off. 10 seconds to play in the half. Locklear Johnson, Patterson. 5 seconds. Locklear, dribble penetration off the glass, and it rolls in good. Tusculum ends the half on a roll, but they went from the first quarter to the second quarter, limiting Mars Hill without a point in almost a full quarter of play. They'll go to the locker room leading by 27. At halftime, it's Tusculum 47 and Mars Hill 20. Pioneer basketball continues after this on the Pioneer Sports Network.
So much of life these days is rushing around from one place to another. Sometimes you just want to enjoy the journey on the way to the destination. And part of what makes it a little more enjoyable is an appreciation for the folks who help you get there. At Ingalls, we know that the people who send you on your way are the same ones who keep you coming back.
I think you should take it for a spin. Are you serious?
Ingalls, all the ingredients for family. The first date. Only one chance to make that first impression. Don't worry, this might be new for you, but Ingalls has been there before. From flowers to the freshest ingredients, we have everything you need to put your best foot forward.
I'm so sorry.
Remember, you can't get to happily ever after without once upon a time. Ingalls, all the ingredients for family.
We are in Granger County, Tennessee, here at Pierce Farms, and the Pierce family has been working with Ingalls for over 30 years. It means a great deal supplying produce as a local farmer. It really touches base knowing that we're just simple people just trying to help, and we love what we do, and Ingalls is a huge part of helping us do it. Farming is who we are, and it's in our blood. God has really blessed us with the sun and the soil to grow the best tomatoes you'll find anywhere. I believe it's really in the soil. So if you're in Granger County, you farm tomatoes, then you're in. Just a great blessing on us to actually farm and be able to farm and to supply tomatoes to people. And Ingalls really cares about family farms like Pierce Farms, and they really care about their customers. We're just glad to be a part of that. God has blessed us with a really great partnership there. They make fresh local produce have real meaning for lots of people. I'm Shane Pierce, and this is my Ingalls story. We are in Granger County, Tennessee, here at Pierce Farms, and the Pierce family has been working with Ingalls for over 30 years. It means a great deal supplying produce as a local farmer. It really touches base knowing that we're just simple people just trying to help, and we love what we do, and Ingalls is a huge part of helping us do it. Farming is who we are, and it's in our blood. God has really blessed us with the sun and the soil to grow the best tomatoes you'll find anywhere. I believe it's really in the soil. So if you're in Granger County and you farm tomatoes, then you're in. Just a great blessing on us to actually farm and be able to farm and to supply tomatoes to people. And Ingalls really cares about family farms like Pierce Farms, and they really care about their customers. We're just glad to be a part of that. God has blessed us with a really great partnership there. They make fresh local produce have real meaning for lots of people. I'm Shane Pierce, and this is my Ingalls story.
The Tusculum experience is 20 sports, one team, striving for excellence. The Tusculum experience offers state-of-the-art facilities for practice and game days. If you seek a championship atmosphere, the Tusculum experience is for you. Visit online through TusculumPioneers.com. Call 423-636-7300 to discover the Pioneer experience for yourself.
delight and power. And now, with the call, the voice of the Pioneers, Brian Staten.
And we welcome you back into Pioneer Arena. At halftime, Tusculum leading 47-20. Elsewhere in the league, Newberry leads Coker 35-23. Lincoln Memorial leads Anderson 32-29. Lenore Ryan leads Catawba 26-25. And Wingate leads Queens 30-22. All games there at halftime. So we start the second half. Pioneers with the lead. Mars Hill with the ball. Pokrovskaya to Grubbs. Will drive it baseline. Grubbs in trouble. Has her pass deflected, but gets to Giannikos. Mariah Johnson fires a three. It's in and out, no good. Kendrea Duke with the rebound. So Duke starts the second half with KJ Wilson along with Cupidon. Patterson, as Mia Long has just come to the bench. On the baseline, Cupidon will fake a three against the 2-3 zone. Look for Duke outside to Johnson. Here's Wilson back to Duke from the left block. Put it on the floor. And was she tied up? She was. And it's Pioneer ball. That's a bold call. It looked like Duke was fouled. Was not. On the inbound is going to be Tusculum. Duke on the inbound. They lob it to her. Johnson to Patterson on the left wing. Pardon me, right wing. Whatever it is. Left wing, Cupidon penetrates, kicks it over to Wilson for three. It's good. With 1 second to shoot, the Pioneers capitalize, lead by 30. They led by 31 in the first half. Mariah Johnson into the front court, and the ball knocked out of bounds by Wilson, and Mars Hill will inbound it in front of their bench. Mars Hill wearing the road blue, gold trim. Numbers and letters. Those are trimmed in white. Mariah Johnson down the lane. Off the glass is good. Mariah Johnson puts it in for two. Johnson now with her 6th point. Right side, Sydney Wilson. Wilson, they lob it to Duke. Passes out of that. Patterson, Johnson, right side to Wilson. Back right into Duke, and she gets free. Puts it up and in. Kendrea Duke coming off a 19-point game against Catawba. Upset with her performance somewhat against LMU, just did not finish in the paint. Is doing a much better job over her last 2 games, albeit 11 games apart. Johnson picks up the dribble. Needs some help. Grubbs cutting to the bucket around Duke. Missed it off the bottom of the backboard, and Johnson comes up with the rebound for Tusculum. Pioneer ball into the front court. Right baseline. Back out, right wing. 3 ball on the way by Patterson's no good. Cupidon keeps the rebound alive and the possession alive for Tusculum. Patterson between the rings. Gets a clear out from Wilson. Johnson. Wilson on the right wing. Back to Casey Johnson for 3. It's good. Casey Johnson from downtown. Largest lead for Tusculum. They have a double nickel. 55-22. Mariah Johnson into the paint. Kick out to Hampton. Baseline is no good. And the rebound comes down to Wilson. Wilson secures it. Sprints out of the pack. Into the corner. Left side 3 ball by Cupidon. No. Rebound and a foul. And a foul on Kendrea Duke. Didn't see it. Duke with her 2nd, team's first. Walston will check in for Mars Hill. Giannikos on the inbound. Mariah Johnson. Doubled in the backcourt. Gets rid of it. Lobs it. Wilson knocks it away for a moment. Duke comes up and pokes it away. Patterson with it for Tusculum. Looks off Wilson. Into the paint. Pull up is good from 10 feet. Callie Patterson. Giannikos picks up the dribble. Johnson into the front court. Gets around Duke and will draw Duke's 3rd, who jumped into Johnson. So Patton is going to check in as Duke will pick up number 3. Team foul number 2 on Tusculum. Mariah Johnson to the free throw line. Her free throw rim is good. That means it rimmed about 8 times and went down. That's when I do. That's what that means. Many of you saw that, though. This one's no good for the 91% free throw shooter. 57-23, Tusculum. Patterson with it into the front court. We'll reset. We're standing around. Now we put a play in motion. Cupidon drives it. Looks for Patton. It's knocked away and stolen by Giannikos. Tusculum's 5th turnover of the game. Giannikos. Grubbs for a three. No. Rebound. Wilson had it, and it was knocked from her possession off of Wilson, actually. She looks around as if to say, but whatever. 57-23 Tusculum. I think the words whatever were uttered out of her mouth. Pokrovskaya. Pass is deflected by Johnson, stolen by Patterson. Patton is coming behind her, and it'll be an offensive foul. As Patterson ran into Mariah Johnson. She passed it, but then just plowed Mariah Johnson, who got back defensively. Patterson picking up her second. Team's third. It also turns it over. Just couldn't get out of the way. Johnson kind of rooted herself there just outside of the restricted. And Patterson bounced it to Patton. When you get a big running the floor, and what I mean by that is a 4 or a 5 center forward, you want to reward them, and Patterson was trying to do that. She forgot to stop. Turnover. Patton comes up with it. Mia Long forces tempo, and it's a 4-on-1 break. This will be Long, and another offensive foul. Mariah Johnson getting another one, and there's no way she was set that time. Wilson's going to pick up number 3. Team foul number 4. It turns it over. I don't see how Johnson got set that particular time, but the official was right there on top of it, saw it. Mariah Johnson, a game-high 2 offensive fouls drawn for Mars Hill. Gritty player. So it's the battle of the turnover right now. Mars Hill turns it over. Tusculum gives it up with a, oh my goodness, what do we call it? Oh my goodness. They got Mia Long with her third. Team foul number 5. So Mia Long, who just came into the game, will have to exit, according to Devin Carter. Mariah Johnson at the line makes the first. Mariah has played every game this year. Only one of 2 players to do that for Mars Hill, her and Gabby Giannikos. They've each started 20 games as well. Made them both for the 91% free throw shooter. On the year, coming in, had only missed 8 all season. 57-25 Tusculum. Patterson can't hang on to the pass. Grubbs comes up with it into the front court. Will lob it to Pokrovskaya. Mariah Johnson. Tusculum sloppy. Just turning the ball over at will. Offensive fouls. Mariah Johnson into the paint. Walks, shoots, scores. Tusculum with it into the front court. Same thing happened to Tusculum at Mars Hill January 3rd. They came out of the locker room not focused. Patterson, extra pass. Patterson 3, no. Rebound, Patton. And a whistle for a foul going against, oh wow, it's Mars Hill. How about that? Walston picks up her first, team's first here of the third. Tusculum has already committed 5 fouls in the first, well, they did that in the first 4 minutes of this second half. Patterson on the inbound. Patton. Back out to the top. This will be Casey Johnson. Talked about that first matchup with Mars Hill, January 3rd. They just didn't come out with the same fire and passion in the third quarter. Locklear's 3 is no good. Patton draws the foul as she'll go up, and Hampton is going to pick up her 4th foul. You know, Mars Hill stayed pretty much even with them in the second half. Tusculum outscored them in the third, 24-23, but they got off to a really slow start. Tusculum outscored Mars Hill in the fourth, 18-17. Patton makes the first free throw. Hampton with those 4 fouls will stay on the floor. Patton missing the second. Rebounded by Walston. Grubbs. Sheena Johnson has tried to go tonight for Mars Hill, just has not been to go in long spurts, has only played 1 game in the last 9. 58-27. Jumper by Johnson is no good. Patterson goes up with the rebound on Walston. And Walston's come up lane. Cupid on. Back to the top. Johnson for 3. Good. Casey Johnson with that three, and Walston stays at the other end of the floor, and she's hunched over. Did not even join her teammates on the defensive end. Tusculum played 5-on-4. Mariah Johnson with it for Mars Hill on the dribble. Back to the top, Grubbs. Closed off for three. Pokrovskaya under 10 to shoot. Down the lane, off the glasses. Good take, Pokrovskaya. Right side is going to be a travel against Tusculum. They'll turn it over again. Timeout on the floor. We'll go to a break with your score. 3:59 to play in the third. Tusculum at 61, Mars Hill 29. Pioneer basketball continues after this on the Pioneer Sports Network.
The Tusculum experience is 20 sports, one team, striving for excellence. The Tusculum experience offers state-of-the-art facilities for practice and game days. If you seek a championship atmosphere, the Tusculum experience is for you. Visit online through TusculumPioneers.com. Call 423-636-7300 to discover the Pioneer experience for yourself.
Your home for Tusculum College sports. Once again, the voice of the Pioneers.
61-29, Tusculum leading Mars Hill. Dennis Dalcaron is checked into the game along with Maddie Sutton. Hampton will take a 15-footer. It's no good. Dalcaron can't corral the rebound, but Cupidon picks it up for Tusculum. Locklear into the front court. Dalcaron intended for Mister, and Sutton picks it up. Patterson three, yes. Tusculum is 6 of 10 shooting, but they've lost 9 possessions because of 5 fouls and 4 turnovers here in the third. But they lead 64-29. Grubbs gives it up to Walston, and it should be an offensive foul. It will be. Patterson drawing it, but still leading the game in the offensive fouls taken, Mariah Johnson. Jenny Fenora up off the bench for the first time in a while. We'll ask for a timeout. That'll take us to another timeout as well. Back in 1 minute to Pioneer Arena. 3:23 to play here in this third quarter. Tusculum 64, Mars Hill 29. Pioneer basketball continues after this on the Pioneers Sports Network.
Tusculum College is Tennessee's first college. Established in 1794, Tusculum's beautiful campus is nestled in the foothills of the Great Smoky Mountains, where students from all around the world have found a home. Tusculum can help you pioneer your path to success. Visit online for more information at tusculum.edu or call 423-636-7300 and discover the Pioneer experience for yourself.
Again, the voice of the Pioneers.
64-29, Tusculum out of the Mars Hill timeout. Locklear standing there ready to get the ball. Got it. Dennis Dalcaron. Locklear. Lost it. I don't know what it was. Johnson was trying to take another charge. Tusculum playing without Jazz Williams. Jayla Arnwine today, they're still not healthy enough to go. Monica Roberts has been out all year. For the most part, played one game. Tara Shields has been out all year, had surgery. Donkeron is going to be whistled for this foul. We're going to shoot 2 free throws. Oh, wait a minute. That's on Cupidon. Who? She wasn't anywhere near the play, was she? That goes on Cupidon. Cupidon picks up her third. There's a phantom foul. At the free throw line, Walston is good with a couple. Wilson's going to come in for Cupidon. Yeah, she was nowhere near the play. Patterson across the stripe. Locklear. Donkeron. Patterson, good take. Pull up off the dribble. It's no good. Rebound to Hampton, weak side. Pokrovskaya. Tusculum was 60, make that 47 points at the half, 64 right now. Lead at 64-31. Looking for Walston on Donkeron. No good. Donkeron rebound. Needs some help. Finds Sutton. Maddie will take it into the front court to Locklear. Locklear will back it out. We'll reset the offense. Patterson, Donkeron from the left block. Spins, center of the floor, put it up, banked it in. Dennis Donkeron. Under a point a game. Johnson into the front court. Double team comes, and she has it taken from her. Wilson with it. 2-on-1 break. 3-on-1 if she hurries. Gets it to Sutton. Missed it. And the rebound out of bounds off Mars Hill. Maddie Sutton, as animated as any player as Tusculum has had in some time. I can think of Kat Spears. Kat used to be extremely animated. Mia Long back in. Will inbound. Baseline front court. Donkeron from 10 feet. No. Sutton rebounding for the Pioneers. Gets it out. Patterson for a 3. Yep. Callie Patterson having a big game for the Pioneers. We've lost the scoreboard. We've lost the shot clock. And now it's back on. Good job, Bobby. Johnson has it. I mean, we went dark here for a little while. So, because we packed this place out. We're packing the arena. Johnson off the glass. No. Rebounded by Sutton. Mia Long. Long pass up ahead. Locklear beats everybody down the floor. It's up and in. Grubbs with it in the backcourt to Mariah Johnson. 45 seconds to play in the third. Baseline Grubbs puts it on the floor, then takes it behind the three-point line for a 3. It's no good. Rebounded by Walston. Pokrovskaya, no. Rebound loose. Grubbs picks it up. Out to Johnson, and the ball nearly goes into the backcourt. Resetting the 30. Pokrovskaya says, I'm taking it. No. Sutton couldn't grab it. Knocked out of bounds off of Grubbs and Pioneer basketball. Tusculum on the road Saturday. Does not matter what the records are, but Coker, the women playing much better this season with Shannon Johnson. It's just a tough road trip. 5 hours. Then you play. Patterson off the dribble for 2. Yes. Callie Patterson lighting it up for Tusculum. 1 second. Good if it goes. It will not. And we have reached the end of 3. At the end of the third, it's Tusculum 73, Mars Hill 31. Pioneer basketball continues after this from Pioneer Arena on the Pioneer Sports Network.
It's fine. It'll be okay, okay? Nobody cares about the flowers. Who needs flowers at a wedding?
At Ingalls, we know that the best of plans don't always go according to plan.
My best friend's getting married today and the florist never showed.
That's why we're always there when you need us.
What are their colors?
Purple and cream.
With smiling faces and helping hands.
No one cares. No one cares. You will look great. Flowers are not important. And where is Holly? Have you anyone seen Holly?
And although life will be predictably unpredictable,
let's get you to that wedding.
A curveball is that much more satisfying.
I got the flowers!
When you knock it out of the park.
Oh my gosh, it's awesome!
So when the plan goes out the window and improvisation becomes the order of the day, just remember, that's where the best of memories are made.
All right, they're ready for us.
True story. Ingalls. All the ingredients for family.
With the voice of the Pioneers, Brian Staten.
Start the fourth, Mars Hill basketball. Brian Staten courtside. Game station engineers, Jeff Moore. Pokrovskaya, Hampton, and we're getting an offensive foul. Maddie Sutton drew it. We've had 4 of those in the game, all in the second half. Pioneer basketball. Into the front court, Mia Long. Off the glass and in. Mia Long. Doing what she does. Sends 3 players into double figures. Good balance tonight for Tusculum. 10 points for Mia Long. Grubbs gets around Patterson, who has tied a team-high 15 for Callie Patterson tonight. 1 shy of her season high. Pokrovskaya looking for Hampton's thrown away. Turnover on Mars Hill. Patterson, Locklear, Patterson, and too far out of bounds. Patterson kept running, but the pass from Locklear would have taken her underneath the bucket, so it was going to be a tough save. Pioneers turn it over for the 10th time. Johnson. Seems like when Mars Hill turns it over, Tusculum turns it over. And Dalcaron is going to tie up the possession and win it back for the Pioneers. Nice job by Deniz. Tusculum also without Kiana Batagel. They call her KB. Long for 12. She has him. (77-31). And we still have 8:50 to play. Right side, Johnson. Grubbs for 3. No, 1 of 15 in the game for 3 for Mars Hill. They took the lead with the 3 by Grubbs. Matter of fact, they took their only largest lead, 9-4. Locklear's 3 is no good, but she'll follow her own miss. And then attack into the paint. Kick it back out to Sutton. Mia Long into the paint around Johnson. And shoulders are off. Puts it up and in. Mia Long. Six straight for Mia Long. She has 14. Sutton comes late. Whistled for the foul. Even when Maddie makes a foul, and it may be close where it's just like an effort thing, it's still always a smile. It's like, I don't know of anybody that enjoys playing basketball more than she does. If you're playing basketball, you enjoy it. But, like, she's, like, smiling. She's never, like, got this serious look on her face all the time. I mean, I'm sure she's serious. But even when she's on the bench, she's engaged. She's running cheers. Patterson is stepped on by Pokrovskaya, and she goes to the floor, but she gets back up to play defense. Grubbs a 3. Yeah. She hit the first. She's hit their second. It came 14 missed shots later. Mia Long into the paint again for 2 more. Johnson in the backcourt. Seven and a half to play. Tusculum leads 81-34. Long was 16. 5 to shoot from Mariah Johnson. No. Rebounded by Patterson. Long with it into the front court. Weaving her way through traffic. Looking and trying to find Locklear, who ran away from the ball instead of going to get it. Mariah Johnson has it on a tip pass. Mariah Johnson. Hampton. Blocked by Dalcaron. Long. Up ahead. Locklear. Left-handed lay-in is good. Other scores in the league. End of 3. Newberry leads Coker 49-34 in Newberry. And I'll get to that when we come back after a timeout. Timeout on the floor. We'll take it back in 1 minute. 6:42 to play in the fourth. It's Tusculum 83, Mars Hill 34. Pioneer basketball continues after this on the Pioneer Sports Network.
The Tusculum experience is 20 sports, one team, striving for excellence. The Tusculum experience offers state-of-the-art facilities for practice and game days. If you seek a championship atmosphere, the Tusculum experience is for you. Visit online through TusculumPioneers.com. Call 423-636-7300 to discover the Pioneer experience for yourself.
Your home for Tusculum College sports. Once again, the voice of the Pioneers, Ryan Staten.
Welcome back into Pioneer Arena. Tusculum leads 83-34. Out of the Mars Hill timeout, they have one remaining. Hampton down the lane around Donkeron. Rejection again. Block number 7 for Tusculum. Leads a 2-on-1 break. Locklear. Patterson off the glass. Kisses it home. Season high 17 for Callie Patterson tonight. Patterson, 6 of 10 from the field, has hit 3 from downtown. 17 points, 3 boards, 4 assists, 2 steals. Has seemed locked in tonight. Mia Long with 16 points. She's 8 of 9 from the field. Pokrovskaya is no good. Rebound by Locklear, and she'll run everybody down the floor. Missed the lay-in. Rebounded by Walston. She just went coast to coast. She pulled a Shaq. Of course, that was like 1994. And Hampton is going to be fouled. I don't know how Gary Roberts saw that. Man, I tell you what, Gary Roberts has some of the best eyes in the league as an official. Fouls on Locklear, her second, team second. He can see it. He sees the court, I'm telling you. I don't know how he saw Cupidon on that one foul, but he did. Sheena Johnson on the floor, pulls up is good. Again, you can tell she's just laboring. But his instant offense, 85-36. Pull up off the dribble by Sutton is good. Sheena Johnson bit on it. And then she could barely stop as she ran on by. Song by somebody. Welcome by. Yeah, that was a good one. It's Dionne Warwick. Walston, no, maybe altered by Long. Locklear will be fouled by Pokrovskaya, who then turns an ankle, and hopefully she's okay. Cupidon back into the game for Tusculum. Patterson will get a breather. Again, just don't have the normal bench. We probably won't see Duke the rest of the night. She's just getting 100%. I believe she just practiced for the first time yesterday. Long. Donkeron. Yes. Dennis Donkeron. (89-36) Tusculum. Donkeron with 4. Johnson, Hampton from the left block, be fouled by Sutton, who couldn't get out of the way. Yeah, just still smiling. Just like glad to be here out of Wallen, Tennessee, or for many, it's like the Alcoa, Maryville area. Attending Heritage High School. Hampton, been a rough go for the sophomore out of Spring Lake, North Carolina. Coming off her season best game against Coker Saturday, where she poured in 11. Hampton tonight with just 4. Hampton missed them both. Rebounded by Sutton. Here comes Long, forcing tempo. Backing Pokrovskaya down. Sutton. Donkeron. No. Rebound, Grubbs for Mars Hill. 89-36 Tusculum, 4:18 to play. Tusculum hits the century mark. Yeah, it's like a free meal. Like gondolier for everybody or something. Foul will go on Sutton. This time is not smiling. Not happy with that foul. Fourth on the team. Her third. On the inbound is Hampton. Walked. Thought she may have been pushed. Might have had a case for it. And if I was the Mars Hill announcer, which I guess I am somewhat tonight too, probably should have had a case for it. On the drive will be Long. She's 9 of 10 from the field. 91-36. Johnson. Sheena Johnson. No. Sutton had the rebound. She'll be fouled by Pokrovskaya. Maddie Sutton, who has been knocked out of the game this year, Carson Newman, because of a concussion, came down on top of Pokrovskaya's forehead. And she'll foul out of the game. Pokrovskaya with her 5th. Walston is in. They are down to 6 players. Alabama played with 3 this year in a game. Mia Long right down the lane. She's 10 of 11 from the field. 20 points for Mia Long. Across the stripe, Mariah Johnson. 3.5 to play. 3 ball by Grubbs is no good. Locklear is going to take off. Has Cupid on. Has Sutton trailing the play. Now they're getting a half court. No, Sutton will just take off. Take on Walston. No. Rebound, Walston. Outlet, Mariah Johnson. We're just going to play end to end. Johnson off the glass. No. Rimmed off. Rebounded by Cupidon. Cupidon, free run to the rim. Off the glass and in. Timeout's going to be asked for by Devin Carter. Going to get Patterson into the game. You can't really, there's no one else. Badagel. They recognize because she doesn't have the blonde hair anymore. Arnwine. Jazz Williams. Not available tonight. So those on the floor, seen the floor for a long time. Deep in the bench for Devin Carter. 95-36, under 3 to play. Free gondolier for everybody and 5 points. We're going to hold that to Devin Carter. We're going to say, hey, turnover by Mariah Johnson. Sheena Johnson, she just can't get to the spot. You can tell she's laboring. Trying to give it a go. I'm not sure that's the best thing. The King University transfer. Patterson. Donkeron. Surprised to get the ball. He did get it. Put it up. Missed it short. Rebounded by Mariah Johnson. Sutton applying pressure in the backcourt. Johnson into the front court to Grubbs. Grubbs. Back to Mariah Johnson. Grubbs bouncing it to Hampton. Tied up. Wins the battle. Kicks it back out. Mariah Johnson, a 3 is good. Mariah Johnson. Mars Hill being outscored plus or minus 27 this year. 3 ball here, that's no good by Locklear. Chased down by Grubbs. Into the front court, Johnson. Johnson to Johnson for 3. No. Minute 45 to play. Tusculum forcing tempo. They know what's on the line. Cupidon. No. Gets it back. Yes. Yolisma Cupidon. 97-39. It's like the movie Semi-Pro. Corn dogs, Jackie. Corn dogs. For all these people. If you have not seen the movie Semi-Pro, you need to, with Will Ferrell. Johnson trying to run some clock. giving it to Walston. Walks down the lane, and this one does not hit the rim, and it's shot clock violation. Mars Hill has given up the century mark 4 times this year. 118 to Carson Newman, 107 to LMU, 109 to Anderson, and 102 to Wingate. Oop, missed one. Carson Newman's put up the century mark twice, 106. 3 ball by Locklear. No, and the ball out of bounds off of Grubbs. Frustrated. Pioneers have it with 52 seconds to play, leading 97-39. They put up 98 points in their first meeting and allowed 68. They've allowed just 39 tonight. Mars Hill's season low has been 42 recently against Wingate and Anderson. Maybe a walk or a 3-second. Sutton hit the 3, and we're about ready to have a party. Devin Carter, his wallet is looking pretty good still, though. So far. Across the stripe, Mariah Johnson. 30 seconds to play. Johnson down the lane is no good. It rims off. Cupidon into the front court. Locklear. Patterson 3. Bang. Pizza. Pizza. 8 seconds to play. They all know what's at stake. Pioneers win. Pioneers win. Hold Mars Hill to a season low, just 39 tonight. Score 100 for the first time this season. Pioneer basketball that scored 100 points for the first time in 8 years. They went overtime. It took, and they put up 102 against Mars Hill for the first time in 8 years since. Tusculum victorious, first time in 11 games. They'll stay in that 4th position as they move to 9-5 in the league and go to 14-6 on the year, ending a 2-game slide. A first back-to-back loss this season for the Pioneers. They took 11 games off and come away with a 100-39 win. Stay tuned. Our in-between game coverage of Pioneer basketball resumes after this. Your final was Tusculum 100, Mars Hill 39. Pioneer basketball continues after this on the Pioneer Sports Network.
For Green Light and Power System, the TVA in-store home evaluation program will show you how easy it is to live comfortably with lower energy costs. The free e-store inspection will provide you with a simple task for making your home as energy efficient as possible. Through cooperation with their quality contractor network, TVA rebate offers may be available for some energy-efficient measures such as air sealing, attic insulation, and HVAC replacement. To sign up for the free eScore home evaluation, just go online at www.escore.com or contact your Greenville Light and Power System at 636-6200.
Pioneer Basketball on the Pioneer Sports Network has been brought to you by
Greenville Federal Bank, the Red, White, and Blue Marathon Quick Stop Bar, 10 of 11, by Wash Depot, Hometown Realty and Auction, and by your Greenville Light and Power System.
Join us next for the Pioneer Postgame Report on the Pioneer Sports Network.
When it comes to keeping your car, truck, or SUV clean, Wash Depot makes the job easy and convenient. They offer your choice of soft cloth, touchless, or self-serve wash bays. Wash Depot has 2 convenient locations, one at the intersection of the 107 and Hardee's, plus a second location on the bypass across from the movie theater. Car washing made easy and convenient. Open 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Visit Wash Depot in Greenville.
And they settled between 2 rivers, the Tigris and Euphrates.
Everyone has a favorite one that changed their life forever.
Hey, give me one more commercial, one more, and I'll be right back.
One more. One teacher with
dedication
to education can affect a positive change in our whole community. Support our local schools. Greenville Federal Bank, member FDIC. Banking made easy.
Yep.